What's going on, everybody? My name is Andrew, and today I want to show you how we took a single family home that we bought for just $525,000 and made a huge profit by priming it for a stunning duplex conversion. You want to see how we go about doing this? Keep on watching. Alright guys, so Costas and I were looking for a single family home, something that we could convert into a nice classic duplex. After a bit of searching, we came across this one particular property in Hamilton that was selling with some unfinished renovations. When we looked at this property, there was garbage and furniture everywhere, and the owner didn't want to close the sale onto a very specific date, which was months later. It was a bit of a disaster, if I'm being honest, but it had all the right bones to build on. Since the place was in poor condition, we closed the deal for quite a bargain, I think at least. The upstairs had a fully finished living space with 3 bedrooms, it had its own kitchen, it had large bathroom and big bright windows. Downstairs there was a spacious basement with lots of space to work with. It had high ceilings and good structure. The only thing missing from this place that would make it a really easy duplex conversion was a big enough driveway, so we'll have to work on that later. Being able to successfully convert this would add significant value to the home. The hope is that all this can be done with relatively low capital requirements. Now that we got some context of what we're trying to do here, let's check out the project and see what it looks like. No, over here.
Dude, why are there 2 doors?
Don't worry, just come, check it out. Huh?
Andrew, you always go for these dilapidated properties.
Oh, no, come on. It's not actually like that. Look, okay, you gotta see the potential here. Big windows, nice big living space.
Right, okay, I definitely do see the potential here, but what are we gonna do about this ceiling?
Okay, listen, these old ceilings, technically, I think they're beautiful. If you look at this design, this is hand craftsmanship.
I get it, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this random star on the ceiling, man. Did you even notice that?
Okay, the star, that might be a little harder to work with. This is where the china cabinet was.
Yeah, but like,
They did it, I know, they painted around it. This is how you know somebody paints the place for the sale of a property. They don't even want to move the furniture.
This is a textbook failure right here.
You have the standard corridors over here. We've got a nice bathroom setup over here, full 4-piece laundry over here. And we have not 2, but 3 bedrooms on the main floor. So this can be a main floor 3-bedroom apartment.
That is the most grotesque border I have seen in a long time, like retro 1980s. Knowing you're gonna want to keep that pink closet.
Nah, these details. Okay, no, listen, pros. Big bright windows, there's nothing but light in this entire place. All throughout, even the living room, kitchen, dining area, bedrooms, big windows. These are old frames, but the old frames are easy to replace and are easy to fix. But the windows, it's a high cost item. We don't have to replace any of them, they're thermal.
That's a big win. Andrew, is that a sock tied to the doorknob?
It's just a sock tied to the doorknob. It's okay. These are fine, man. I mean, like for the most part, I mean, minor TLC.
Dilapidated properties. This is what I'm talking about, Andrew.
Now we would have spent time doing this part ourselves, but at least they have the laundry already roughed in, which means this can be a self-contained unit.
Specifically with this space here, Andrew, what exactly did you have planned for this area?
Okay, so this was obviously where the kitchen was. We can keep everything more or less in the same place. We just want to create a big L-style kitchen here, and we want to see if we can take out this wall. If we take out this wall, we can put a nice big island top in here so that people can dine at the kitchen. You know, a very contemporary look is that kitchens now are attached to the living space, because where do people congregate? In the kitchen, exactly. Okay. So they have a few things that are kind of unnecessary, like this pantry, which is totally fine, but was unnecessary for it to be here.
Am I safe in here?
You'll be fine.
Is there anything else I need to know? So now you said this was going to be a duplex conversion. What exactly were we planning on doing with the basement?
Let's go check it out and I'll show you.
Yeah, cool. This basement is actually a lot bigger than I thought.
I know, and check out the ceiling height. This is
more
good.
Than enough height, meeting the 78-inch legal requirement as per building code.
Yeah, honestly, mint. Basement height is so hard to come by, and this place has plenty of it. The only thing weird here is this sliding door. All right, Costas, and if you want to see like weird construction, check out this window chop.
That is a major hack. This is like a parting wall that's splitting the window right in half.
Yeah, I know. And it's actually, theoretically, it's a beautiful, nice, big window even for a basement, because once we open all this up, because these aren't structural walls, these are just, somebody put this here just to have a study room, but if we get the permit for it, we can put the kitchen in here, and this will be a nice, big area that's going to be joining into the living space.
And of course you have the very premium, stylish bathroom with half the drywall missing. So Andrew, what did you want to do about this furnace area here?
Honestly, if we can box this in, that would be ideal. This space here is too small as it is. Well, there is heating going in here, but yeah, it's.
Which I would think would be more than practical to convert into a one bed, right?
I think so. I think we can convert this into a bedroom. Okay. But again, let's see what the city allows us to do.
All right.
So here's what we got. We have a single family home with a little chaos and a lot of character. And now comes the fun part, which is figuring out how we're gonna convert it into a duplex. Now, as long as we can work within what the city's restrictions are and what we're allowed to and not allowed to do, the process should be relatively smooth. From the upstairs walkthrough, you can see that the layout is almost perfect, but in order to make it a legal duplex, we have a few mandatory changes that we have to make. So here's how those changes will look. At the top of the stairs, there are two entrances to the upper unit, one that goes to the kitchen and the other one going through the living room. In order to comply with the fire code, the upstairs unit must be separated from the downstairs unit and the common stairwell, meaning that we need to close off the kitchen entrance and extend the wall at the stairs so that we can separate the stairwell from the upstairs unit. But by putting up walls like this, we are going to start creating these corridors, and the place isn't going to feel quite as open as it used to. Something to keep in mind when renovating is that when you're adding more units, you ideally don't want to have to sacrifice the layout and the harmony of the space that you're working with. We want to improve things by maybe trying to open the place up a little and give it a more airy feel. We might be able to do this by knocking down a wall, let's just say in between the kitchen and the living room, connecting the two. Other than that, we want to try to keep everything more or less the same and leave everything where it is. We'd want to do some affordable but effective improvements like add some new paint, trim, vinyl flooring, and liven things up. And we'll be focusing the majority of the upstairs budget on things like the kitchen and the bathroom because these are things that people see. It's where you showcase quality and where people perceive value. For the most part, we're going to be looking at relatively minor changes to the overall place and keeping our costs relatively low in doing so. A newly renovated unit like this can command high rents. But remember, making money through rental cash flow is great, but it isn't the focus here. We want to raise the entire value of the property, not just the rent. But it is just so happening that by raising and increasing the rental capacity, you're also increasing the property value. The higher the rents, the greater the refinance potential or resale value of that property. And that is how you make money. Moving back to the project, the last time we saw it, this place was grimy and outdated. With some renovations now in progress, it's time to check on with Costas and see how things are going.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to show you what we've done, so let's come take a look. Follow me. Guys, our team is making fantastic progress. Now, just to point out a couple of things, I mean, you guys would have remembered that this was fully exposed, this area here in the old kitchen. And what we've done is we've sealed it off now. We've got a brand new wall here. We've got a brand new fire-rated door. We completely removed that old dated plaster design on the ceiling and we finished it to make it flat. We've added these beautiful pot lights to complement the whole look and feel and design of the space that really illuminate the area, giving it a much more luxurious feeling. We've also changed over all outlets and switches to new receptacles, and we're just working on getting all the trim done for the windows. Now going into the kitchen, you can see that we've closed out the wall that was leading into the living room. This new design is going to give us plenty of counter and cabinet space. We're still working on the bathroom, but so far we've laid out the tiles, we've added the brand new trim around the window, and we've added the bathtub. So in all the bedrooms, we've added new doors, we've added new trims, trim around the door, trim around the window, and as you can see, we've added brand new pot lights, which has been a consistency throughout the whole space. So next thing to come would be the flooring and baseboards.
Okay, so it looks like the renovations are going quite well, and in case you couldn't tell, we kept things basically the same upstairs, give or take some TLC. We actually weren't able to get permission to open up that wall we were talking about, but we still made do. By now, we would have moved on to the basement, however, those permits are actually taking forever. At this rate, I have no idea when they're gonna get approved, and without them, our hands are tied with what we can and cannot do. In the meantime, here's a look at the final product of what the upstairs looks like now that the renovations are done.
Wow, Guys, I'm so impressed with how this all came together. The unit is bright and spacious, and there's so much that I want to show you. Come, follow me, let's take a look. We've installed beautiful oak gray vinyl flooring and brand new baseboard all throughout the main floor. These pot lights have become a staple in all of our signature home renovations. They're easy to place, they make the room look more spacious, and they're also very energy efficient.
All right guys, so one of the biggest improvements to the place I think is actually in the kitchen. If you remember over here, we had this dingy old kitchen that was on both sides with an entrance over here. Well, we closed that up and we managed to install some nice, beautiful cabinets with some quartz black countertop with a classic light backsplash, white cabinets with stainless appliances. We have a dishwasher, we have stove, we have the fridge, and we have the vent cover, all stainless matching, and gives it a nice premium feel to the unit. And over here, it might look like there is some empty space, but we did actually leave this as a provision for a pantry, and we're gonna just have some cabinets here for extra storage space. I think it will be great.
So the bathroom has been completely redone. We have a brand new vanity, a brand new toilet that we just installed. The tub is completely brand new, and we tiled pretty much everything, including the ceiling. Normally the ceiling, we leave it and we don't tile it, but we just kind of wanted to cover the whole space. And we have a nice little pot light there for an additional touch.
Okay, so one of the things that I thought was really convenient for this layout was actually that it had a main floor 3-bedroom layout, which was super convenient in terms of getting this upper unit set up. If you look over here, we have these nice big spacious bedrooms. We of course did the standard pot lights to every room, but they were already set up. All we have to do is install these nice glass sliding doors, and it makes the place just feel more spacious, as mirrors do. This apartment was actually really easy to finish. We didn't have to do any major changes to the place. These windows were already here, as we saw in the first walkthrough, and all we had to do was just touch them up with some new trims, fresh coat of paint, and they feel good. They feel almost brand new. You know, the window over here is actually my favorite part of the whole unit. I think this actually makes the look of the apartment.
I totally agree. We get so much natural light just from this window alone. It really brightens up the whole space.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, I could just see myself hanging out on the couch here, watching my TV.
Yeah, we can put a dining table over there, and then that'll be a good fit.
Yeah, I honestly think this is the ideal 3-bedroom unit.
And that's it for part 1, everybody. How do you think we're doing so far? Is there anything that you would do differently? Let's recap things really quick. We've made some changes on our original plans for a duplex, waiting for those permits, and it isn't looking like that's going to be the best option for us. So we're leaning towards not renting out the upstairs and instead pushing for a sale. We already did the drawings and permit applications, meaning whoever buys it can do the conversion themselves without all the prep work. All we have to do is leave the plumbing and electrical provisions so that the kitchen in the basement can be installed easily by the new buyers. According to our assessment and comparables, this place should actually sell for something around $775,000 as a single-family renovated home with finished basement, and that leaves us roughly $150,000 in profit margins in less than 6 months. So if you think that number sounds good and want to see just how accurate our projections are, stay tuned for part 2 of this project, where we're going to look at the property sale and the finished project. If you want to learn more about real estate investing, we're currently offering free one-on-one coaching programs right now through theprofessionallandlordgroup.com. Reach out to us to find out more on how to get started on your real estate investing career. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for part 2, and I'll see you on the next one.